Good morning, students. How are you all? So, today we are here to discuss the first chapter of geography, that is resources. But before starting the chapter, we need to understand the term resources. So, what is actually resources? Like I am teaching you, for that I need a book. For me, resource is that particular book. You are learning from me, for that you need this video. For you, that video is particularly a resource. So resource is something that fulfill the human need. Got it? Resource is something which fulfill the human need. Now the concept is some resources are having the worth, economic values. Economic value, the value which is related with money. Like for that book, particular book, I need to pay something. On the contrary, some of the resources are like which just give us pleasure, nothing. On the contrary, some resources are just gave us pleasures, and those resources are included in the aesthetic value. So now the question arises, find out how all resources are dependent on each other. As we all know that resources are somehow dependent on each other. Like I am teaching you, I am a resource for you, and I am using the booklet. A human being is using a booklet to teach you, and book is made from the paper, and paper we got from the trees, and trees will be cut down by a human being to made a paper. So how the resources are interlinked, it is an important concept. Somehow each and every resources are interlinked, and it make a chain. After this, there are number of types of resources. The three of them are natural resource, man-made resource, and human resource. Firstly, we are going to discuss about the natural resource. What are natural resource? Natural words came from the nature. So definitely natural resources are those resources which we gain from the nature, which we got from the nature. And what we got from the nature is water, soil, rock, mineral, all such kind of things we gave from the nature, and all these are included in the natural resources. Further, this natural resources is distinguished on these five bases, that is based on origin, based on development, based on stock, based on distribution, and based on ownership. Now we are going to discuss about these five topics in detail. The first one is basis of origin. On the basis of origin, so the basis of origin is further divided into two types, that is biotic and abiotic. The word biotic is quite common related with the living organism. So it is clear all the living resources can be classified under the biotic resources, and on the contrary, abiotic word relates with the non-living organisms, and on the non-living environmental things present is included in the abiotic resources. And one of the most important thing in this is like we in abiotic resources there is a water. So if we use it in excess way, we are able to lose it for the future. So we have to use abiotic resources wisely. The second type is on the basis of development. There are two types of development. The first one is actual, and another one is potential. Actual development is that like in which quantity or if which quality we want that product we got without any the problem. On the contrary, potential resources are those resources we have the resources which are found in a region. The potential resources are resources which are found in the region but have not been utilized. For example, Gujarat, if we talk about Gujarat and Rajasthan, have lot of potential for the development of wind, but somehow we are not able to develop them fully. We are not able to develop them completely. The first distinction is on the basis of origin. The second one is on the basis of development, and the third one is on the basis of renewability. So or we can able to say that on the basis of exhaustibility. Exhaustibility further divided into two types, that is renewable and another one is non-renewable. It is quite common. Renewable resources are those resources which can be renewed again and again, and we got it from the natural resources. And on the contrary, non-renewable resources are those resources which end up after some period period or after a some interval of a time. We are not able to use it again and again. So before using non renewable resources, we have to take care of them. Like the example of non renewable resources are coal, petroleum, and such kind. Water is also included in non renewable sources, because once it got exhausted from our earth, we are unable to produce it again. Even if we are able to produce them again, it take lot of years to build it again. So is soil is a renewable resource? The main that the answer is, although soil is usually donated as a non-renewable energy sources, because it take lot of extreme large period to produce it again, but somehow due to its fertility of ratio, we can able to produce it very easily. So the next one is on the basis of distribution. The first one is on the basis of origin, the second one is on the basis of development. On the basis of origin, we discussed about abiotic and biotic resources. On the basis of development, we have discussed that actual development or potential development. The third one is on the basis of renewability, that is renewable resources and non-renewable resources. And the fourth, which we are going to discuss, is on the basis of distribution. The first one is localized resources. Localized resources means that particular resources is found in a particular area. That particular area is famous for a particular resource. On the contrary, if we talk about the on the basis of ownership, there are four types of categories. The first one is individual resource, second one is community owned resource, the third one is national resource, fourth is international resource.